Hello, everyone. Sue.oneschuk here, continuing the workbook lessons of A Course in Miracles. And today we are on lesson 200. And we will be going into another review following this lesson. We'll do that tomorrow in the next video. But today's lesson is, there is no peace except the peace of God. And it says, seek you no further. You will not find peace except the peace of God. And the peace of love, God being love. Accept this fact and save yourself the agony of yet more bitter disappointments, more bleak despair, and sense of icy hopelessness and doubt. Seek you no further. There is nothing else for you to find except the peace of God, the peace of love, unless you seek for misery and pain. And the misery and pain all comes from the ego thought system, from focusing on the illusion and focusing on the dream. So this is the final point to which each one of us must come at last, to lay aside all hope of finding happiness where there is none, of being saved by what can only hurt, which is all the ego, is where the hurt comes from the ego thought system, of making peace of chaos, again, ego, joy of pain. I'm going to read that again. All right. This is the final point to which each one of us must come at last, to lay aside all hope of finding happiness where there is none, of being saved by what only can hurt, of making peace of chaos, joy of pain, and heaven out of hell. Attempt no more to win through losing, nor to die to live. You cannot but be asking for defeat. Yet you can ask as easily for love, for happiness, and for eternal life and peace that has no ending. Ask for this, and you can only win. To ask for what you have already, which is that we already have peace, joy, and happiness. You must succeed when you ask for that. To ask that what is false be true can only fail. So forgive yourself for vain imaginings and seek no longer what you cannot find. For what could be more foolish than to seek and seek and seek again for hell? Remember, the ego seeks and does not find. Again, for what could be more foolish than to seek and seek again for hell, when you have but to look with open eyes to find that heaven lies before you through a door that opens easily to welcome you. Come home. You have not found your happiness in foreign places and in alien forms that have no meaning to you, though you sought to make them meaningful. This world is not where you belong. You are a stranger here in this this dream state that we're in. But it is given you to find the means whereby the world no longer seems to be a prison house or a jail for anyone. Freedom is given you where you beheld, but chains and iron doors. But you must change your mind about the purpose of the world if you would find escape. If you would see things differently. You will be bound till all the world is seen by you as blessed, and everyone made free of your mistakes and honored as he is. Remember, you are projecting your mistakes and your guilt onto others. You made him not, no more yourself. And as you free the one, the other is accepted as he is. And remember, all are innocent and sinless and holy. All of us, which includes all our brothers and sisters. So what does forgiveness do? Remember, forgiveness undoes the guilt. In truth, it has no function and does nothing, for it is unknown in heaven. It is only hell where it is needed, which is in this dream and this illusion, and where it must serve a mighty function. It is not the escape of God's beloved Son, is not the escape of God's beloved Son from evil dreams that he imagines yet believes are true, a worthy purpose? Who could hope for more? While there appears to be a choice to make between success and failure, and love and fear. There is no peace except the peace of God. Because God has one Son who cannot make a world in opposition to his will and to his own, which is the same as his. What could he hope to find in such a world? It cannot have reality because it never was created. Is it here in this dream that he would seek for peace? Or must he see that as he looks on it, the world can but deceive? Yet can he learn to look on it another way and find the peace of God? Peace is the bridge that everyone will cross to leave this world behind. But peace begins within the world perceived as different and leading from the fresh perception to the gate of heaven and the way beyond. Peace is the answer to conflicting goals, to senseless journeys, frantic, vain pursuits, and meaningless endeavors. Now the way is easy, sloping gently toward the bridge where freedom lies within the peace of God. Let us not lose our way again today. We go to heaven and the path is straight. Only if we attempt to wander can there be delay and needless wasted time on thorny byways. God alone is sure, and he will guide our footsteps. He will not desert his Son in need, nor let him stray forever from his home. The Father calls, the Son will hear. And that is all there is to what happens to be a world apart from God and where bodies have reality. Remember, you're not a body. There is, or rather now is there silence. Seek no further. You have come to where the road is carpeted with leaves of false desires, fallen from the trees of hopelessness you sought before. Now are they underfoot? And you look up and on toward heaven with the body's eyes, but serving for an instant longer now. Peace is always recognized at last, and you can feel its soft embrace surround your heart and mind with comfort and with love. Today we seek no idols. Peace cannot be found in the idols. The peace of God is ours, and only this will we accept and want. Peace be to us today, for we have found a simple, happy way to leave the world of ambiguity and to replace our shifting goals and solitary dreams with single purpose and companionship. For peace is union, if it to be of God. We seek no further. We are close to home and draw still nearer every time that we say, there is no peace except the peace of God. And I am glad and thankful it is so. I say that again. There is no peace except the peace of God. The peace that comes from love, I'll add there. And I am glad and thankful it is so. I'd like to share again from the Year of Forgiveness book, the channeled message. Jesus being channeled by the author of this book, Louise Spalding. And here's what Jesus says about lesson 200, which again, the lesson is, there is no peace except the peace of God. So Jesus goes on to say here, you are blessed beings indeed, and I am the one you know as Jesus. And he says, have you not noticed that the older you get, the more tired you get, and the less interested in the world you become? Those energetic years of youth soon pass away as you trudge through your 20s with broken hearts and broken bank accounts. You head into your 30s convinced that the next phase of your program will make you happy. The house, the children, the family, the mortgage, the debt, and 40-hour work weeks. All these things build up into what you consider a midlife crisis. But it's what we, on the other side, consider a great burst for freedom. Many of you come to these teachings in your 40s or 50s, or even later, because you've tried all of the roads. You have tried everything you were taught would make you happy. And not one of those things has indeed made you happy. You still wonder what is missing because it is not held in the world. It is your home, love, connection to the divine that is missing. The love is irreplaceable by any material goods, human body or form, or idols of the world. This makes many of you sad to think nothing in this world holds your happiness for long. It is true. It is a sad place. You can see that written on the faces of many people walking the streets. But there are glad tidings. You have been given the means to return home. You have been given the information you need here to practice to make this journey on earth a lot better and eventually take you back to the place from which you came, which is the all-encompassing loving arms of God. Jesus concludes to say, I am the one you know as Jesus, and I will speak to you again. So again, lesson 200 is, there is no peace except the peace of God. So continue on with your practice of this lesson and practice of the course throughout this day. Just know that the peace and happiness and joy are your divine inheritance. They're already within. And, you know, these last lessons from 181 to 200 were all about, you know, getting a deeper awareness of the blocks that we put up, you know, blocks to love. Again, the course is not teaching us how to love. The course is showing us, helping us to undo those blocks to love, which again is all based on the ego thought system. All right, so that again is lesson 200. There is no peace except the peace of God. And in our next video, we will be starting a review 6 already. And in the next video, we'll be going through the introduction and lesson 201. So please go below this video here on YouTube, and I'd appreciate if you would like the video, comment. I'd love to hear your comments, and I'm sure all those that are in this community would appreciate it. All of you, please start sharing. And if there's anything else I could add here, please, I'd appreciate having your input. And please subscribe if you haven't already. And for all of you that have done so, thank you. And please share this video out. It's really, I feel very important that there are people, again, I can't say it enough, that are looking for the principles and the practices that the Course in Miracles offers. So be generous and share. All right, I think that's what I want to say for today. And I look forward to being with you for, as I said, review 6, introduction, and lesson 201. All right, continue your practice. And from my heart to yours, I extend much love to you. Bye for now.